So hey guys, it's time for some theory crafting. So I believe one of the most powerful cards currently in the meta is Dimension Shifter, and then the other one being Maxi. And Maxi is fine, I guess. Like it's not that bad, I guess. There are certain situations where it's like not as good, but they'll at least probably be able to trade, like just be an upstart, you know? And that's cool, I guess. But anyways, so we want like a deck that can play under the conditions of Shifter. So let's start with like an obvious pick. So I was thinking of just Thunder Dragons, but like the issue with the Thunder Dragons is that you kind of are like you're stuck a bit when you play Thundra. And does Shifter actually stop you from activating Verte? Shifter Verte. This is a cost to send to the graveyard, right? Yeah, so you have to. And also the Thundra cards are actually like one effect per turn. And hard once per turn. So I can't like activate the discard effect of Thunder Dragon Dark and then activate the effect to like add a Thunder Dragon card, which is a little bit awkward. But if I have a way to discard Thunder Dragon Dark, it might not necessarily be that bad. So just for the sake of it, we'll try to come up with a good methodology, some way to use these Thunder Dragon cards. So let's make sure we have all the Thunder Dragon cards we will need. And we're looking good. Alright. So one of the notable things you can do is, for example, you could Branded Fusion. You can Branded Fusion, Rebellion can send like Thunder Dragon Dark from the hand as cost and stuff like that. So that's pretty solid in of itself. And it doesn't use up your normal summon, I guess, which is cool. And you do have access to Colossus, so playing Branded Thunder Dragon has its upsides. But is this really the way to go? Is this what we're doing here? Let me think about this. If we want to banish more stuff from our graveyard, though, I don't know if it works that well with Dimension Shifter. So this just uses stuff from your deck, which is fine. There's no issue with that. You can go like Albion to banish stuff in the graveyard as well. But that's kind of still a bit awkward, I think. So is that necessarily the play to go this stuff? I don't think it necessarily is. So it also cuts off your path to using other cards like synchros, like or extra deck cards. So maybe not the best, but if we use Chaos Ruler with Shifter up, you'll end up banishing cards. So let's see. We have 5 here, 5. How much do they have in common? A bit too much for my liking. If I put in a little bit of something else, Small World becomes pretty viable, so I can Small World add a Shifter to my hand if I wish, but I still will end up with Dragon Dark clogging up my hand, so Dragon Dark. Awkward. So if I could instead upkeep like a macro instead, I think that would be a better option than Shifter. Like overall, if I'm going first, but going second, it's kind of whatever, so. I guess we have to keep the Shifter. And then, what next? Getting these into the graveyard is a bit awkward. Is there a tuner I can easily get access to? because I do want to, if possible, go into a Chaos Ruler. And like Shifter and, for example, the Punk package actually have quite some conflictions. So that's not exactly ideal. So cards that do stuff when banished. We could keep it simple and actually just play it with the branded stuff. But part of me just doesn't want to craft 3 Aloof Lupine as well. But honestly, it is interesting how this pack here, the Forest Friends, actually have some decent generics you can use. Wait, what is that art? There are 3 puppies here. Anyway. Aloof Lupine, Rescue Rabbit, and cards like that are also in Forest Friends, so that's neat, I guess. You also have your field zone, I guess, completely free to activate stuff, so what if we just tone down what we're using, maybe? This is a spellcaster. This is a Thunder Dragon. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Cost, meaning you can't activate Dimension Shifter if Macrocosmos is up. That doesn't mean much to me, of course, because you already have Macro up anyway, so that's whatever. This is overall good against Runick as well. Sword Soul can actually play through Shifter somewhat though. So maybe it's time to rethink that strategy, but Macro kind of effect does really negatively affect a lot of decks. To the point where it just puts a lot of things out of contention. This actually destroys a lot of pen decks too as well. So definitely worth consideration. Yeah, we'll definitely be running a shifter based strategy then. So let's go with I guess we can commit harder then. I guess that's what we will do, so let's just finish this list and then I might test it like in a simulator, I guess. So Necroface is pretty good, I guess. You can banish all these cards and this here. You can only use each effect of Thunder Dragon Fusion once per turn. So you can banish Thunder Dragon Fusion and then add it with Thunder Dragon Roar. Which is cool, I guess. So Thunder Dragons are already a bit weird because of this. You can only use one Thunder Dragon effect per turn and only once that turn thing. So you can't use the hand effect and the banish or sent from field effect or whatever, like, necessarily that easily. In conjunction, I guess. Necroface has 1200 attack. So even if we send it to the graveyard, how do we banish this? Well, actually, now that I remember, Thunder Dragon Titan has this effect. What is the wording on this? When a Thunder monster's effect is activated in the hand, you can, during the damage, even during the damage step. Quick effect, you can destroy one card on the field. Including itself? So we can... Oh, so we can use that to trigger that, actually. I haven't even thought of that yet. Okay. So in that case... Oh, let's throw in Omega, I guess. Should we bother with Omega? I guess we can. Omega does come up every now and then, depending on the exact situation. And then let's put in a copy of Driver. Let's check out the Chaos cards as well, I suppose. Chaos Space has good synergy, right? Send a light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add a light or dark monster that cannot be normal summon set. I guess this is a pretty solid option. And then we can set up other stuff with this. Alright. So this is a banished focus Thunder Dragon list, I guess. So, do we want to set up mills? Can we set up mills? Very intriguing. So when we search up chaos, does it come up with any of the things I want to be finding here? I don't remember the exact package for this. You have Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Special summon a light monster from your graveyard in defense position. Shuffle 1 random card. Destroy up to 2 cards on the field. So that doesn't specify opponent only, which is cool, I guess. So, what was the name of the... Alright, it was like Wyver Buster, right? Wasn't it Wyver Buster? Wait, what was it? Wyver something. Oh yeah, we have Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, and this adds 1 White Dragon Wyver Burster here. So, we have these two. I'm not sure what ratio you play these with, right? I think we need just check this. Add a light or dark. Does it really matter which one? And it adds 1 from deck to hand. I think dark might be the better focus. Is it here? Light, dark, dark, light, light, dark. Unsure. Let's go with 2 Collapse Serpent and 2 Wyver Buster for now. Just can't be bothered to figure it out. And then... Actually, how many cards show up? E-Tech and Chaos. Isn't there a card called, like, Chaos Valkyria or something? Special summon 1 of them, then place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. What about Chaos Valkyria? What does this do? Banish a light or dark monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is banished, you can send 1 light or dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. But you cannot activate cards with effects of cards with the same name as that card. Okay, so let's put this in, I guess, as a one-off. Not sure. But then let's throw in, of course, the Fairy Tale Snow. I guess. Once I figure out how to spell. There's no hope. Alright, so that's where we're at with this. So then let's take a look. This is a level 5, this is a level 5, this is 6, this is 6. So if we do this, this adds a Thunder Dragon card. This one special summons 1. And then we have just 1 Dragon Hawk. This card is banished extent. You can shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck. Draw the same number. You can discard this card, special summon 1 of your Thunder Dragon monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, except for Thunder Dragon Hawk. So I guess we can Dragon Hawk, summon Dragon Roar, and then if we E-Telly, we can summon Gamma to make Chaos Ruler, I suppose. So we don't have a super good way into Chaos Ruler right now. But on the other side of things, let me check real quick. Do these care if macro is up? Send from the field to the graveyard. Actually, yeah, they do care, so we can't play any of this package, actually. I think Snow is probably okay, but if we're going heavy into the banish like this, it might not even be the play, actually. It's kind of messed up here. We also have Necroface, so we probably want more stuff that can activate when banished. So, that kind of invalidated some of that work there. We'll see, we'll see. We can come up with something, surely. Like, I don't know if any of these have any good effects. Are any of you tuners? Maybe there's hope then. DD Sprite is a tuner. DD Sprite does not really help, actually. Cool. Glad we got that out of the way. So let's try maybe some Shiranui cards, would be not bad. But you can't trigger their banish, like, the way you might want to. So not necessarily that good. Not in the kind of list we are going for here anyways. So we still do have a decent normal summon slot open. So if we wanted to, Aloof Lupine is always good, right? And then we can go Ash Blossom for several, and then we don't care about Ghost Spell too much because hopefully you're just banished and kind of having a miserable time. Do we want to use Called By? This says you have no other cards, right? Yeah. So even Called By would count towards that, but you enchain this. And this still stops Max C, so you'll probably want to be playing one or two of these, whatever, Called By the Grave. Okay. We have nothing here to super go off of. Nothing super insane. Uni-Zombie actually might not be the worst. This doesn't even have a hard once return, and being able to set this up is not that bad, but banishing Uni-Zombie won't be doing too much for you in that case. Awkward. But let's see, Uni-Zombie's level actually is not that bad, all things considered. Uni-Zombie being level 3 is a little iffy though. Are dangers out of the question? Well, let's count the good targets we have to banish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is alright. That's whatever. Are there any cards that actually plus you a lot when they get banished? Something that really helps out? Necrophase helps out a little bit. If we could recycle Necrophase, we would banish more of our opponent's deck, which I am pretty interested in that concept specifically. So if you could set it up though, there's a Shiranui card that could be like okay, but it has to also summon a Shira, right? Spectral Sword. Was it this one? No, that one's not the one. Oh, here we go. It's Shade. 2 of your banished zombie monsters, except Shiranui Spectral Sword, including a Shiranui monster. And then it zombie locks you, which is not great. But in theory, you could banish more Necrophase that way, which is cool, I guess. And knowing the Shizu stuff is here. Alright. We'll just go a bit goofy with it for now then. Let's pick up a copy of Mass Change. One of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, I guess. Well, my spelling's struggling here today. Shadow Mist. Hero lives. Dark Law. And then let's check out DPE summoning condition. See if this will work out. So it requires 2 hero monsters, 1 level 6 or higher hero monster, 1 Destiny hero monster, so we can't ever use Elemental Hero Shadow Mist for the summoning condition of DPE here. Denier and Malicious are usable. Let me think for a second. Can I put them in the graveyard? Can I put stuff in from my hand to the graveyard easily anyways? Right now, probably no. So that's a bit awkward. But does this banish for cost? No, that's entirely effect. Maybe it's time to reevaluate some of the strategy. I can change the ratios around, obviously, so I might just go ahead and do that. Alright. Okay, let's start looking back at this. Since it actually isn't that easy to summon Chaos Ruler. And we're still mostly have fusion setups here. So let's instead focus back onto this aspect again. I think we can get away with running about that many of those. And then... do we want to run Theater? Fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck. You can just summon Colossus normally and then trigger these. That's interesting, actually. Is there a condition on this? Oh, alright. That's achievable enough, but, you know, I'm pretty sure the reason that, like, Sprite, for example, only summons off of inherited summons is literally because Thunder Dragon Colossus exists. If they summoned off of effect, this would just be freely added onto the Sprite end board. Just thinking about that sends shivers down me spine is how I would phrase it, but it's just pain, really. So I guess the extra deck looks something like that. And then we don't need any of these, do we? This one. Rendered Retribution is honestly not bad. When a spell, trap, card, or monster effect is activated, that includes an effect that special summons a monster, monsters, whatever. Return to the extra deck one face of fusion monster you control. Or 2 fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen of Elbaz's material. Gate activation, destroy it. You can banish this, then target a branded spell trap in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. So that's honestly not that bad, all things considered. So, I guess we'll just run this package like that. And then we'll throw in the Bellion and take a look at what the deck looks like from here. Blue Bellion. Okay, 2 of Blue Bellion. Whatever. Do I have Mirror Jade? Oh, I actually do have 2 of Mirror Jade. Nice. And then we have to add in Guardian Chimera, which I do not have, unfortunately. This is already a bit expensive. Let's just see how expensive it is right now to just outright craft this. Oh, I'm left with 40 URCP. Brutal. But I guess we can shave off the maxi here, and then we save 90 there. Which I am okay with, as it is. Not a big deal. A hero lives, though. I think if I want to run this package, I will simply just pull the... I guess we'll just have to straight up pull the cards for it. So we can't special summon Shadow Mist anymore, so we can just cut our losses with that. Well, let's check. Hero lives. What pack is that from? The first Heroes. That pack doesn't look very good. I think there's Stratos in it as well, though, right? Stratos. I have 1 of Stratos. Cool. This hand is actually not the worst. You can banish Necroface to banish Necroface to banish 10. So let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then we can, so Tragedy is banished, so we can add like a looper, I guess, again, which is whatever. And then Thunder Dragon Matrix to add a... Wait, actually they happen in tandem, so we go one more. That banishes a copy of Branded Fusion then, okay. And then we would have like a Thunder Dragon Matrix in hand, and then this allows us to put in cards back into the deck, right? So, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 cards. Right? 1, 2, 3. And then 4 here with this. We have 4 cards, and then with Tragedy to add 1. We have 5 cards. Shuffle back 5, draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in our graveyard we have nothing, so we can actually activate Dimension Shifter. And then we can Thunder Dragon Roar here to add one of your Thunder Dragon cards that is banished or in your graveyard. So I guess we can activate our copies of Thunder Dragon after we activate Shifter. So 1, 2, into the graveyard, and then we activate Branded Fusion still, actually. We're perfectly good with that. Thespian Tragedy is just chilling in the hand. That's the second one we have, so that's our last copy, I think, right? So we're in Thunder Dragon Roar, discard to add Thunder Dragon. This is Thunder Dragon card, so Thunder Dragon Fusion to summon Titan, and we activated a Thunder Dragon effect actually here. So if we can summon a Thunder monster somehow now, then we will end up with Colossus Titan at the very least after this, I believe, right? Okay. We have normal summoned Olivia Line, so we have no normal summon, but we can Branded Fusion some stuff. Branded Fusion, we can summon, like... Oh, wait, yeah. Since we have Dimension Shifter active, we can use that to banish a... which one? Does this one special summon the Thunder Dragon? Yeah. So we can't use Roar here for anything useful, I guess. Does this have a hard once per turn? Yes, it does. So I guess we can just use Branded Fusion to summon the Colossus legit. But that's probably not the play. Is there something we can dump from our deck with Branded Fusion here to, like, make the Colossus? I mean, we just need a special summon one, right? Can't think of a way to do that, but we have Necrofaces. We can just Necroface banish 5, I guess, so it's like... So, we wouldn't have Thunder Dragon, okay. Banish 1, banish 2, banish Dark. If you banish Dark, this will allow you to add a Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. Okay, so whatever. This would have no effect. No effect. Doesn't do much. Doesn't do much. And then we can add a Thunder Dragon card. So I guess just... we probably can still... Lubellion shuffle back, I guess. So Lubellion shuffles back some cards to summon something, I guess. We forgot to put Fallen of Elbaz, actually. But whatever. Because you actually need copies of Fallen of Elbaz, of course. Now I guess we put in Masquerade. Or whatever. My spell and abilities are failing me today. I guess one copy of this might not hurt, whatever. So even something like this is not too super bad, but it's not too super good. So this is just a base concept that I have going on right now. It doesn't feel that great, just looking at it anyways. And even after, like, Necrophase, banish 3 Necrophase, banishing nearly half my deck, it didn't really do anything substantial. So, thinking on this, I mean, Thunder Dragon effect. Then we've Matrix here just chilling. Probably discard it, Thunder Dragon Matrix for cost for like a Lubellion later. And then if we can banish it, I guess, then we can do some popping off, I guess. Things are not looking super great right now, so a rebalancing of this deck might be necessary. And running these two is awkward when your whole deck consists of fusions, so that's not the best either. And we have no room for generics right now. Like going second cards and stuff. This is kind of whatever. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot anyways. But I mean, there's still something like reasonably playable. You can most of the time probably end on a Colossus and just do some like banishing, and you do have the ability to play the Dimension Shifter. But what's our hand trap ratio we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's okay, I guess. It could be better. We haven't even drawn any hand traps in any of our testings here, right? Except one of Asher and then yeah. This isn't going too crazy. Like, this hand actually might go crazy, though. Well, we'll see, we'll see. I don't really want to even generate it the way it is. This cost me, like, my life savings here. Yeah. So I guess we'll leave it at that for now, and I'll work on this deck again a bit later, but this is basically how my thought process works when I'm building decks, I guess. I'm just looking at interactions and trying to think of ways, fun ways they can interact with each other, or useful ways they can interact with each other. Speaking of which, I guess I should make another gimmick deck video. I haven't done one of those in a while. There might be a fun gimmick I haven't thought of, surely. I guess, what kind of deck should we work on next? Banish is pretty gimmicky already as is, so we might just stick it out and go heavier into the banish route. And less into efficiency and banishing, which just get kind of headache territory here, as you can see. But if I get runicked, Necrophase could possibly just plus me, right? Which is pretty interesting. Noticeably, let's see. Let's say this. This only banishes 2, actually, crazy. But this doesn't work on my Thunder Dragon cards because they have innate protection. Target a spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. Banish 4. Banish 3. These effects are not necessarily good here. And can we actually recycle? I think we might be able to recycle here. Off of the just Thunder Dragon Fusion. That should stop us from like really decking out like ever, I think. But we're probably going to be susceptible to... Are we though, actually? You're not dragons, you're thunders. Yeah, hand traps. Maybe. We're actually okay against hand traps. It's mostly just floodgates, which sucks. And then we clearly don't have room for any, like, outs. As you can see, I don't have, like, a shred of backer removal. So yeah, we'll just end it here, and then I'll try to fix this deck up a bit, I suppose. We might not be able to run a Lupine, actually, and the Necrophase, or maybe we should invest in that harder. It's hard to say. Not sure if there's a good Thundra variant I can build either, so we'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.